Bona could be a nice backup for Sixers star Joel Embiid. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your blood.
Follow the leader.
Following the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. 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 Follow the leader.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule. 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not too unsettling. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DiPrima go way back. Tag Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the movement. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique DiPrima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning and God bless. I'm Dominique DiPrima. The show is First Things First. And my first thing this morning, tomorrow morning, and yesterday, giving thanks, giving praise, and asking for blessing from God, the ancestors, and the elders. And let's go, let's go, let's go. We got a lot to talk about. Yes, indeed, we do. So we're on our main regular schedule kind of situation where we look at the left coast, what's going on the California side of town in hour 1. Hour 2, we go national, international, and beyond. And in the third hour, we do a deep dive with a person of interest or a topic of interest. Today, it's both. Dr. James Lance Taylor will be joining us, and we'll unpack the RNC and the current moment in politics on the national landscape with a top political scientist, right? We have a special guest joining us in hour 2 to help take a look at what's going on nationally and internationally. And right now, it's me, you, and the telephone, microphone, 800-920-1580, also the socials. But if you want to use the landline, 800-920-1580, you can call and get right in if there's something you want to expound upon, argue with me about, or just, chop it up. That's what we're here for. And I want to thank everybody who came out to the senior cooling event, which is part of our climate justice initiative, teaming up with the LA Department of Water and Power, who has been an incredible partner to us in this quest, which is not over, but certainly at least a year's investment into prioritizing the climate justice battle, the battle against the climate emergency, which impacts every human being on the planet, some more than others, as we know. It was amazing and fun to see all those folks out at the WLCAC. It was packed, Miles. It was a packed house. And a lot of folks went home with air conditioning units, and they looked pretty fancy too. So thanks to everyone who came out. It was fun to reconnect with some folks that lost track of me after my other job and have reconnected with KBLA. We appreciate you. We thank you. And tell a friend, please. You know, I always say, connect with us on social media. I love to talk with you there. Of course, we're streaming on YouTube every single day. And there's some activity going on in the chat. If you want to join that, it's KBLA 1580. That's all. Just go to youtube.com and type in KBLA 1580, and you'll find me there. And you can also comment there if you're the type of person that doesn't really care for calling. But you can also connect on X, on Instagram, Facebook at KBLA 1580, and you can find me at DiPrima Radio, DIPRIMA, and then radio. I feel like we've been so riveted with what's happening on the national landscape, right? I mean, why wouldn't we be? The attempted assassination of a former U.S. president, the Republican National Convention going on right now, the disarray in the Democratic Party, all of this, just ahead of an election in November. It feels like a lot. I think that all of those things do impact us on the local scene, so it is worth having that conversation and incorporating it, and I'm continuing to extend that invitation to you. There have been a few other things that have been going on here locally that could use some of our attention as well. So hopefully we'll have a chance to delve into some of those things today. Although, as I said, you're welcome to talk about whatever is top of mind, whatever is of interest to you. And I am really feeling like maybe tomorrow, Miles, we'll get a chance to finish or at least do a bit more unpacking of our trip to Kenya, because we barely scratched the surface.
We never got to Zanzibar yet.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to Zanzibar, so we definitely want to do that. There was a lot of things that we learned and saw that impact you if you would go to Africa, but they also are of interest even if you never go, I think. So we'll talk about that stuff this week. I have not forgotten. And there was a huge article in the New York Times yesterday about Kenya. So we'll touch on that too, because it's so interesting to see the press spin here when you just got back from a place and you saw something with your own eyes. So yeah, let's talk about it. 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Shannon Doherty passed away this week. She was a star of the TV show Charmed and Beverly Hills 90210. She had breast cancer. Just a reminder. I think she was beloved to a lot of folks as a well-known actor. But also a reminder to all of us to check and self-check and make sure we're on top of paying attention to our breast health at every age. Get those mammograms, even though they're not too fun. Also, another thing we haven't really touched on, Alec Baldwin got his case dismissed in the shooting death of Helena Hutchins on the set of Rust, a movie for which he was not only the lead actor, but also a producer. And it was really a fail on the part of the prosecution. They basically said the prosecution did not disclose some information that they should have. But in reading about it, it sounded like the case was a whole mess. Baldwin cried when the dismissal was announced. And now I'm reading in CNN that Hannah Gutierrez Reed, who was the person in charge of the arms, the weapons for that picture, they call them armorers, that she may actually end up getting out of jail because of the Alec Baldwin dismissal. She had been sentenced to a 1.5 years in prison in March. And because the Alec Baldwin case fell apart now, she also may her lawyer says, going for it. Really interesting conversation on yesterday with Dr. Harry Douglas and Dr. Kwaku Ramel-Smith talking about the Olympics, the traditions of protest at the Olympics, the legacy of excellence, and so much more that we talked about. If you missed it, you can check it out on wherever you get your podcast, or you can find it on our app. Now we're finding out that more events are being scheduled. This is 2028, but it'll be here before we know it. So they're announcing more venues for the Olympic and Paralympic Games. I didn't realize it's like close to 11,000 people that will descend on LA in the summer of 2028. Olympians, just the Olympians, and then about 6,000 Paralympians. So that's a lot of folks. That's not even counting fans and all the people, coaches and all that stuff. So we're probably going to be seeing an influx of 25,000 people or more. And now it turns out that Long Beach will be hosting a bunch of those events. 5 will be at the LA Convention Center. Long Beach will host 7 different sports. The Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson is going to have 4. So this will be spread out. We know Inglewood, the SoFi Stadium is meant to have the opening ceremony. Some people salty about that. But I think it makes sense to use all of the great venues and all of the space that we have, so we don't have log jams. And so unlike other cities and countries, when they host the Olympics, they have to build all these spots. We already have the venues. We're an entertainment town. It's one of the reasons why the 1984 Olympics were a moneymaker, which is never happens. Olympics cost cities and countries money. And in LA, it actually made money, and that money is still impacting LA in the form of the LA 84 Foundation, which funds youth sports, using the money, the endowment that was created by the successful production of the 1984 Olympics. I hope we can repeat that because literally decades of youth sports have been supported by the work of Pete Uberoth and others who produced the Olympics like it was a movie or a Broadway show and made it a profitable enterprise using the existing venues that we have. They did fix up quite a few then, but we don't have as much of that to do now because we have even more great arenas and stadiums. And so, yeah, I know some of y'all don't want the Olympics. It's fine. You can call me and argue. I love the Olympics. I love watching sports. I love watching the people and their customs and their cultures from all over the world. I think it makes people more knowledgeable about the world. I happen to love it. Let's go to James calling from Culver City. What is on your mind this fine morning, James?
Hey, no, it's Jeff. How you doing, Dominique?
Oh, it's
Good morning.
Jeff. Okay, we sleepy. What's up, Jeff? Long time no talk to.
Yeah, I just had, listened to your show this morning, Dominique. I just wanted to comment on this attempted assassination of President Donald Trump.
Okay.
This is absolutely terrible. And I believe, it's over for Biden and Harris. And Trump will be president again, Dominique. But this 4-year nightmare, that we've been going through, it's going to finally be over. But, Dominique, once Trump becomes president again, surely there will be chaos, rioting, looting, and stealing and all that in the cities. And my question, I have 2 questions.
Why?
Do you think that just hours, because somebody's going to be mad.
That didn't happen last time, and we were mad then.
But once
we put up with his corpulent behind for 4 years. What are you talking about?
But I know, but once he gets back in, Dominique, my 2 questions is this, okay, do you think that just hours
I think it's the other way around. I think it's the other way around, Jeff, if we're being honest. Who was rioting and sacking and killing cops, beating up cops? It wasn't the Democrats. It wasn't the progressives. It was the MAGA folks that did that on the Capitol. And it's never been us. It's never been us. So, anyway, Jeff, I assume from what you said that you're voting for the guy.
Of course, yeah. But look, check it out, Dominique.
Sad.
But my 2 questions is this. do you think that just hours after Trump is declared the winner, not sworn in, but declared the winner.
Declared the winner because he won, or declared the winner because he's trying to cheat like last time?
Well, but once he's declared the winner, do you think that he's going to, order all law enforcement, the National Guard, FBI, CIA, immigration, to begin opening up these FEMA camps, jails, mental institutions, deportation centers, and round up the homeless and drug addicts and all that immediately? And number two, Dominique, do you think that the United States will be, once again, once he's back in office, will we enjoy prosperity, low inflation, actual employment and work, peace and security?
Okay.
And I just want to get your thoughts.
Wow. What happened to you, Jeff? We've been talking for years. Okay, so first of all, yes, he's promised to round up homeless people, unhoused people, and put them into FEMA camps or concentration camps. I don't know why you think that's a good thing. Why is that a good thing? You're talking about incarcerating people for being poor.
I didn't say it was a good thing.
But you're voting for him, and that's one of the things he's promising.
Because I want low inflation, peace and security.
Okay, but Jeff, you're delusional. No, you're delusional. Hold on, I'll let you talk. You're delusional because presidents don't control inflation. Inflation is terrible all over the world right now. And you think that Trump, who declared bankruptcy 7 times and can't even manage his own business affairs without being convicted of fraud, is going to magically make inflation go down? That's not a realistic expectation, James. I mean, Jeff. I'm calling you James now.
Dominic, it's funny you mentioned his felony conviction. They're making a big deal about, he's a convicted felon. Hell, I'm a convicted felon.
And you ain't never going to be president, Jeff. I don't care how legal it is, because you are black. All right. So first of all, yes, I do think he'll round up the unhoused, because he's promised to do so. Not that he keeps his promises, but when the promises include repression, he typically does keep them. And I don't think that's a good thing. That is a violation of people's rights, and it is inhumane and terrible. So, yeah, that's what you're voting for. Will he end inflation? No, he won't, because that's not something that presidents can do. They can make moves to try to impact it, and inflation has fallen somewhat. But even when inflation falls, it's not like it automatically, the prices go down. They're up. It's going to take a while to bring them down. Now, maybe he could do something about corporate gouging. Maybe he could contact some of his rich friends and try to get them to bring down prices on certain things. But I don't even see him doing that. Hold that thought, Jeff. You had more questions. We'll address them when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
KBLA Talk 1580 is now celebrating 3 years of amplifying our voice and uplifting our community. We deeply appreciate your support of this radio station and will always do our level best to earn your support. Here's to many more years of loving and serving our community. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
I know it's gonna happen without you.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
So the thing no one tells you about periods is that your flow changes every day, and so should your tampon size. Tampax has 5 absorbencies to match your changing flow. If it's uncomfortable to remove, go down a size. If it leaks, go up a size. And only Tampax has a leak guard braid to help give you up to 100% leak and odor-free protection. All-day comfort and protection for up to 8 hours for under $5 a month. Based on average U.S. consumer usage at manufacturer's suggested price, however, pricing is at the sole discretion of the retailer, excludes 8-count packs.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1904 $20 gold Liberty coins have been found. These gorgeous 1904p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1904 gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1904 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 120 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-973-3083. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-800-973-3083 now to secure your 1904p $20 gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-973-3083.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
So Paulie's asking me to ask Jeff what has Donald Trump done for black people, and I'm asking, even though Jeff has gotten off the phone, maybe he can answer that question for himself. Good morning. Happy Talking Point Tuesday. Jeff just fired off a bunch of talking points that are going to be kind of recurring throughout this election cycle. One of them is that, which we've been hearing for months, is that electing Trump will bring peace and prosperity. And prosperity for whom? I think it will bring prosperity if you're a billionaire. He's talking about huge cuts, tax cuts for the very wealthy. So yes, if you're a billionaire, if you look at there was a great article, actually I have it here, about the tax structure that's proposed under Project 2025, and how it would definitely tax the middle class and the poor, the working class, middle class and the poor, much more than it would the wealthy. So in that sense, if you're very rich, Jeff, then I suppose you will see prosperity in the sense that you won't be paying your fair share of taxes. As far as peace, I wouldn't count on it. Donald Trump has already indicated that, they should basically, that Israel should just basically wipe out all of the remaining people in Gaza. And he has indicated that he would pull back support for Ukraine. So that means that Israel, without any encouragement towards ceasefire, would continue their war until whenever they see fit. And it means that the war in Ukraine will probably drag on and on until, unless he decides to, help arm Putin. But even if he doesn't, even if he just pulls back from aid to Ukraine, it'll be a slow annexation of Ukraine by Russia, and that war will likely drag on. So I don't know where that peace and prosperity talking point. Well, I know where it comes from, but I don't know what it's based on. And there's one other talking point which I don't agree with, which is that automatically, because of the assassination attempt, and Biden's struggles within the Democratic Party, that means automatically Trump will win. I don't agree with that. And I feel like progressives and Democrats need to stop saying that. Has he been hurt? Has Biden been hurt by the events of the past 30 days? Absolutely. Has Trump been boosted by a judge he appointed, letting him off of the strongest case against him, which is his classified documents case? Absolutely. Have Democrats hurt Biden by piling on about the debate? For sure. Does that mean Trump automatically wins? No, absolutely it does not. And as tragic as that, assassination attempt may be, it does not provide an automatic W for Donald J. Trump. We need to stop saying that. Why? The polls, the polls are not trustworthy, and they even show a close race, even after that disastrous debate. Let's go to Link calling us from L.A. Good morning, Link.
Hey, good morning, Dominique. Thank you for taking my call, and welcome back.
Thank you.
Miles. Yes, listen, I'm on my way to a meeting, so I gotta make it quick. But people, keep your eye on the prize. Remember, this bait and switch, 3-card money, black Republican MAGA employees who are calling all the radio stations that people like us listen to all the time and others, they're paid. Okay, and there's too many followers. Stop following people. Have your own opinions. Pay attention to what's going on. I think this race is not even close. I really believe it's not even close. I believe Biden is going to blow him all the way out, and that's why they're doing all these dirty, slimy tricks. I just wanted to know what your opinion was. You covered a lot of the stuff that I said, Dominic. I know this is a lot, but I had to rush in. Because I'm still a part of the matrix. So
just real quick, I know. Did you find it to be a total security fail? What happened at that rally? I know you have expertise in that area.
Funny that you asked. It looked like the basic foundation of a secured perimeter exterior were failed. If I look at it, there's no way you missed that. There's no way you missed that. So I have no idea what the alpha and omega, the long and the short of what that situation scenario was with that team. There are a lot of hokey things going on in the background. If you watch everybody and you analyze it, which I've done, some stuff going on. I don't know. So
right, more than meets the eye.
Yeah. So if it is something, you can't keep that many people quiet forever. So we'll see. We'll see. But we need to keep our eye on the prize. Is what I'm saying. Don't listen to these people calling up. This guy talking about fell into. And everybody has a history and has life. But your credibility. What are you talking about? People don't follow. Don't be sheeps. Pay attention. Anyway, hey, love you. Glad you're back. Glad you're safe. I got to go.
Love you more. Thanks for calling. Appreciate you much. Okay, it's time for news, traffic, and sports, but we got people on the phone, and that's a good thing. Continuing our conversation when we come forward, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
It's a Tuesday, July 16th. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Former President Donald Trump has made his first public appearance as being injured in an assassination attempt Saturday. Trump entered the Republican National Convention Monday evening to applause from the crowd. He had a bandage on his ear where he was grazed by a would-be assassin's bullet. Trump didn't deliver any formal remarks, but earlier in the day did announce his vice presidential pick, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. Funeral arrangements are pending for former Houston, Texas wide receiver Jacoby Jones, who died Sunday at the age of 40. The Texans drafted the African-American New Orleans native in 2007. He spent his first 5 seasons in Houston before moving on to the Baltimore Ravens. Jones lived just outside of Houston but died in his sleep in his hometown of New Orleans. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Is this the Tiger? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Tiger Woods is still trying to get his groove back. Woods rented out a golf course in Scotland today so he could get in a private practice round of 18 holes. Nobody was on the course but Tiger and his caddy. The 47-year-old Woods is getting ready for the British Open, which tees off Thursday. Tiger failed to make the cut in his last two events, the PGA Championships and the U.S. Open. He has not made the cut in 6 of his last 9 tournaments. 3 of Tiger's 15 major titles have come at the British Open. Tiger hasn't won a major title since the Masters in 2019. Former UCLA center Dean Bono signed a 4-year deal for $8 million today with the Philadelphia 76ers. Bono was a second-round pick of the Sixers last month. Bono has been balling with the Sixers rookie team. He's got 14 block shots in the Sixers' first 4 Summer League games. Bono could be a nice backup for Sixers star Joel Embiid. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
When you turn to the Employment Development Department, we'll help you get there. Whether it's support for you and your family while you find a new job, or the resources to focus on your recovery after illness or injury, we can help you move forward. From support while you bond with your newborn, to helping serve your family while your partner serves our country. Your EDD. We'll help you get there. For more information, visit edd.ca.gov.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8% plus finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Help prevent gun violence tragedies. Gun violence restraining orders can help to prevent individuals at risk of harming themselves or others by removing their guns for 21 days up to 5 years. Learn more about how to petition for a GVRO and the role of GVROs in safeguarding communities by visiting lacountygvro.org or by calling 1-833-540-0473. GVROs can save lives.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
And Link called me at 800-920-1580, and you can do the same, 800-920-1580. We're going to go to Fred from Crenshaw. Thank you for your patience, Fred.
Good morning, Sister Dominique, from the Crenshaw district. I have to disagree with your caller number one. I think what's going to get Joe Biden back in the office will be the black and Latino community. I went down to the law library the other day to see what is this Project 2025, and Donald Trump said he don't know nothing about it. This thing is put together by the Heritage Foundation. He's going to have Josh Hawley. He's going to have Giuliani. He's going to have Mark Meadows. That whole thing is not only mind-boggling, it's scary. In terms of the assassination on Saturday, we don't want anybody to be assassinated, but I fought 2 things. Number one, since Pennsylvania is basically a Democratic state, why would you, as Republican, go down there? That it made no sense. And number 2, now they had the FBI and Secret Service. Why isn't it that somebody, one of the members of the FBI or one of the members of the Secret Service did not have a pair of binoculars? Had they had a pair of binoculars, they would have seen the guy climbing up the wall and see what's going on. Even the lady talked to a police officer, and he said he was sweating, and the 20-year-old guy said, get out of here, I'll blow you away. Then she wanted to speak to a Secret Service, and they interviewed a Secret Service man the other day, and he said it is not in our training to see about people on rooftops. You see, they had a lot of
I did not see that interview, but I will say this, Fred. I've seen video, it's circulating now on Instagram and other socials, where there are people on the ground pointing at the roof, saying there is a guy on the roof. He's lying down, he's crawling, he's standing up. They're yelling to the police, saying there's a man on the roof, there's a man on the roof. And that is one of the reasons, that videotape, why Amanda Seales and others are claiming this whole thing was a setup. James Farr on yesterday emphatically said no, and I understand his point. Without evidence, we can't just say it's a setup. But I can understand why people feel that way. You've got videotape of people alerting the police before the shooting that there's a man on the roof, and they don't have binoculars. They could see it with their naked eye. Whoever's recording it is able to capture the person on their phone. And then, nobody does anything. And then they have that cop who said he climbed up there, and when the guy pointed a gun at him, he climbed down or dropped down or whatever. All of this is happening before the shots are fired. That does seem rather suspicious. I'm not an expert on security, but it seems either wildly incompetent or suspect.
Yeah, and then I was looking at part of the Republican convention. I saw Channel 7, and this lady said, well, Donald Trump is not so racist. I tend to disagree.
You're talking about Amber Rose. Oh, boy.
When he was president for 4 years, he did not put no black or Latino in the White House. What is up with that? And then J.D. Vance, he's 39 years old, and now he's going to be Trump's running mate. I can't wait to see Kamala Harris mop the floor up with him when their first debate. The vice.
Well, the thing about J.D. Vance, he's a far right-wing conservative, radical conservative. This guy probably makes the Supreme Court look moderate, but he's not stupid. So it actually, I think he went to Yale Law or something like that.
Yale University, law school.
Yeah, so that'll be a good debate, but it'll be a tough one.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And then the thing about it, I'm a community activist. I've been following politics since '73 when Bradley got the mayorship from Tom. When Don Bradley got the mayorship from President York, I know you got a lot of calls lined up. I got to do some personal runs. Take care. God bless. You're a great host. Keep up the great work. I plan to get on next Tuesday.
I appreciate you, Fred. Always good to hear from you. Fred is one of the ones who made the transition with me from the front page to First Things First, and all of you who have done that, please tell a friend. As I found out in Watts yesterday, some folks still haven't found me. Some great comments in the chat. That for one, they were screaming "fight, fight, fight" at the RNC circus, is what Jeff M says. And Paul Lee makes the point that was made in an article that I read in the New Yorker recently about how Wall Street and some of these billionaires or whatever that are backing the Trump Vance ticket are in denial because, as Paul says, chaos will destroy all of our money everywhere. The instability of the kind of conspiracy-driven, hysteria-filled kind of fake populism that Trump embodies is not going to be good for your investments. It's not going to be good for the stock market. It is not going to be good for real estate. It is not going to be good for prosperity, as Jeff said with the talking point about peace and prosperity. It's a great article here in CBS. Maybe I'll post it. It talks about the flat tax rate that they're proposing under Project 2025, which would eliminate all tax brackets except for two, which is a 15% and a 30%. And they break this down, eliminating most tax credits and the like. So that means millions of low and middle class households would face significantly higher taxes under Project 2025's proposals. It's estimated that a middle class family with 2 children and an annual income of $100,000 would pay an additional $6,600 in taxes because of the loss of the child tax credit added on to the loss of these 10% and 12% brackets. They would be paying more in taxes. By comparison, a married couple with 2 children and earnings of $5 million a year would enjoy approximately a $325,000 tax cut. So, yeah, peace and prosperity. I'd argue no to the peace part, but the prosperity part, I'd have to say for whom? Millions of U.S. households earning less than $168,000 would likely face higher taxes with a 15% rate. Currently, the bottom half of American taxpayers who earn less than $46,000 a year pay an effective tax rate of 3.3%. So that's a huge tax increase if you're making $46,000 or less. But for the millionaires, party favors. Yeah, we're going to go to Daryl calling us from Los Angeles. Hi, Daryl.
Good morning, Queen. Thanks for taking my call. I want you to really realize that you are desperately needed in this community.
Thank you.
When you have people like this gentleman talking about Trump is the savior, where? How do you come up with that analogy if you don't read and just listen to the propaganda that this guy is he's just great at it. Whatever he says, people believe it, right? And that mock of a damn assassination, how you miss his big melon head? If you really wanted to do it, if it really happened, how you gonna miss that head? Come on, man. That was so stupid. I'm standing with Amanda and I said it at the same time. She was, when did it happen? She was like, "Man, get out of here. It didn't work for me either." The Secret Service protocol, right? If there's a threat, you get the president down. If they showed 2 snipers on the roof. Now, these were police guys. Okay, these were the
the counter snipers. Yeah.
That's what I meant. The counter snipers. These guys shot before the other guys shot. So if look, but this is what I was getting at. If these 2 snipers are trained on, the counter snipers are trained on the real sniper, they're supposed to radio to the Secret Service that's on the stage with Trump, get down. You don't wait until the guy shoots and then you get the president down. He's not supposed to be on that stage per protocol. You're not supposed to be in that area for less than 15 minutes after a threat is realized. If they saw if the counter sniper saw a sniper aiming at the damn president before they try to shoot him, immediately when a threat is realized, the president's supposed to be gone and out of it. You don't get to get up off the floor and put up your little Black Power sign. He didn't know it was Black Power. You don't get to do the Black Power sign and then do the little mini Hitler salute and then walk off the stage. Like, they grab and smother this guy and get him out of it. You don't get to walk across the stage, and you don't get, his big melon head was right up there. if you realize there's one threat, who's to say there's not two? He don't get to stick his head up above the damn Secret Service so he can, if it was a real threat, he could have got this. Another sniper could have took him out if it was a real event. And then what he come to the damn yesterday? What was that? The Republican, whatever the hell it was yesterday. This dude got a tampon on his ear. Dude, come on, man. We already seen it was a grave. What the hell you doing with the damn big ass pad on your damn ear? What are you trying to say? Oh, yeah, look, I was shot. I was shot, guys. Here it is. I think that when he was on the floor and the Secret Service was smothering, that's when he bit the blue. Just like Amanda said. Amanda said the same.
Amanda Seals. Yeah, Amanda Seals is not at all convinced. And I get it. I get it. I mean, I try to be evidence and fact-based, but I told y'all yesterday, when he popped up and started doing it, pumping his fist and doing a Heil Hitler and posing for the cameras, I knew he wasn't hurt because this is a man who didn't go to the military supposedly for bone spurs that have never been found. If he was actually hurt, he would have been crying or fallen out on the floor. So I knew he wasn't seriously hurt. I didn't think about what you just said, but I did think about that yesterday. Like, why were they allowing his head to stick out? And Amanda Seals has that on her page, how, another time when someone said he has a gun, the way the Secret Service covered him, rushed him off the stage immediately. It's not, I need my shoes.
What's supposed to happen.
I need my shoes. I need, what? If you die trying to get your shoes, that's on me as a Secret Service agent, right?
Oh, my God. Okay, let me spin back to it. Let me get serious, because it's so comical that people actually believe. It's like hiding in plain sight. It's just so comical what this guy is.
Well, look, I don't claim to be an expert, and I always say this. I said it in Christopher Dorner. I'll say it now. You don't get to just go kill people. You don't get to do that. You don't get to run up on people and kill them. You disagree with their politics. They're on your nerves. They did something unjust. You don't get to just kill people. But I understand why people are skeptical, because that videotape of these people on the ground pointing to the roof and telling the police and yelling there's a guy on the roof and no one does anything?
That's the thing. There's an immediate threat. Get the damn president out of here, or the former president. But this is why I think they let that go down. And they crafted this little scenario because of the Epstein tapes. They got like 7 kids, of which Trump had already molested, right? I can't remember that girl's name, but anyways, she asked Trump to use a condom, and he just said he didn't use condoms, and then she said, well, what did I get pregnant? And then he threw some money out. That's what's in the Epstein tape, and I think that's the diversion. This little episode about him getting nicked by the ear, and all of that is just a diversion, because but the media now. The media is in Trump's pocket. Well, they want him to implement that project.
I mean, to me, the media again we fail again, and I say we, even though I don't think KBLA is failing, but we fail by following like little sheep when they start talking about Biden needs to step down. We fail by our reaction to the debate, even though Trump lied. We failed by now reporting and saying and repeating that Trump's obviously going to win. No, it's not obvious. You are not a soothsayer. Polls are often wrong. It's not obvious. He may very well lose. And we need to stop being so dumb.
I can't believe it, Dominique. I can't believe Biden has done more, especially for black folks. Now, if any other black person stand up, like that girl yesterday, or Amber, whoever the hell, girl, you ain't even got, who are you? What do you do?
I'm saying she's a gold digger.
Anybody.
All right, Daryl, we can continue this conversation when we come forward. Call me, 800-920-1580. She ain't messing with no broke presidential candidates. KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Have you heard of the 50-30-20 rule? This can help you spend and save your money wisely. So, how does it work? Distribute your dollars into 3 buckets. 50% towards needs, 30% towards your wants, and 20% goes to savings. Use this tool to help your journey to financial success. Sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
So the thing no one tells you about periods is that your flow changes every day, and so should your tampon size. Tampax has 5 absorbencies to match your changing flow. If it's uncomfortable to remove, go down a size. If it leaks, go up a size. And only Tampax has a leak guard braid to help give you up to 100% leak and odor-free protection. All-day comfort and protection for up to 8 hours for under $5 a month. Based on average U.S. consumer usage at manufacturer's suggested price, however, pricing is at the sole discretion of the retailer, excludes 8-count packs.
Hey guys, do you want male performance in the bedroom and do you want it now? Get it in 47 seconds or less. For the first time, you can have instant male enhancement. Introducing Nox 47, the topical male enhancement that works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Finally, after years of scientific research, our proprietary formula will allow you to perform in the bedroom like never before. Just imagine that little blue pill on steroids. No reason to settle and wait when you can get instant performance now. Forget about pills and potions that make you wait hours or up to 30 days to work. That's yesterday's news. Nox 47 is brand new. The hottest thing for men. And you don't need a prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
To find out how to get Nox 47 for free, call now. 800-617-1621. That's 800-617-1621. Free bottles for limited time. Call 800-617-1621. That's 800-617-1621.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
All right, we are being joined by a special guest next hour. Really excited to speak with Bill Fletcher Jr. And, of course, your calls will still be welcome in. As always, 800-920-1580. Going to Big Phil, calling us from L.A. Hi, Big Phil.
Bad, you got power. I hate to see anybody get killed, but, that's what's going to happen. A lot of officials don't really like Trump. The attitude, disrespecting people, that's what happened. I tell you what, he's seen the glory of God. He's seen the glory of God. Guess what? I don't know how he can do. He came out one of his shoes. He's seen the glory of God. Last night, you see how quiet he was? I bet he's seen the light. He's seen death.
Okay, wait. So let me unpack what you're saying here. First of all, Big Phil, you're saying you predict that Trump may still be assassinated? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Hello. No, what I'm saying is that you got to understand one thing about when you treat people wrong, this world got power. And I think how officials really don't like Trump. He's probably a lot of guys up don't really like him. He's probably a lot of people leave me suspicious, just like you said. I think the man seen the glory of God because how in the world he come out of his shoes? So I think he's real quiet last night, real calm.
So you think the assassination attempt was a come to Jesus moment for him, and that now he'll be a changed man?
Absolutely, looking at death. Absolutely, see how quiet he was yesterday.
He was quiet, but he still nominated J.D. Vance
Now, when you see death, you change your ways, okay? But I'm going to ride. I'm going to go. I love you guys. Dominique, take care of yourself.
Love you more. Thanks, Big Phil. I mean, you would think, but this is a man who can drink 12 Diet Cokes a day and still be healthy. Well, I don't know if healthy may be a stretch. Still function. And most of us would die if we drank that much Diet Coke every single day and lived on Burger King. So he may be different in some ways than you or I. Well, definitely, I doubt you drink 12 Diet Cokes a day. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. Changed man, seen the light, sort of a Scrooge moment where the ghosts of yesterday, today, and tomorrow come by and tap him on the shoulder and say, yo, did you know that because of your Democratic allies and all of the Republicans in Congress, we're starving 4 million American children every day? Oh, well, let me change that. Let me go ahead and, encourage people to vote for the child tax credit. I don't see it. I don't see it. He's nominated a guy for vice president who reportedly doesn't believe women should have rights at all. Right to vote, right to autonomy, where we can really go back to apparently when they thought America was great again, when we couldn't even manage our own finances or vote or make our own decisions as women. Shayon from Long Beach, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed. What's on your mind today?
Everything. Everything in the universe is on my mind.
Yeah, well.
The mind is all, right?
Yeah, you want to share one of those everythings with us?
Well, the news media. Let's talk about the news media just for a split second. Like I said, they brought us Trump, just like they brought us the Iraq War and weapons of mass destruction. So that's why they don't ask Trump and the Republicans who they have on these interviews. Okay, I see them, drill down on the Democratic representatives from Congress and the Senate and the operatives that speak on the Democratic behalf. I'm fine with that. You're supposed to as an interviewer, right? But they don't do the same with the Republicans. They allow them to filibuster, just talk all kind of nonsense instead of just cutting them off. And you're not just gonna come with a bunch of filibustering rhetoric that you ain't saying that. You're not answering the question.
Yeah.
About directly. You see what I mean? Now
I've lived it.
And I agree, they should. If you up there claiming you represent the people, you should be able to stand in the fire and answer the tough questions. But they don't do that with the Republican representatives from Congress and they operatives. And they allow people like J.D. Vance just to say reading the most ridiculous stuff. And it just go unchallenged by the interviewer on Meet the Press. Sometimes I've been watching Meet the Press since I was a teenager. And Christian Walker, and then people, it's like, really, I just turned the TV off because it's like, I didn't learn anything. What did I learn? Nothing. Zero. Right?
All right, Shayon, I got news, traffic, and sports. You're welcome to stay with if you want. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
It's a Tuesday, July 16th. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's